This section of the Citrus Nursery Management Training Package for Pakistan will deal with nursery hygiene and the use of chemicals in the nursery. It is important that work surfaces in the nursery are made of or covered with non-porous material. Non-porous material includes materials like metal that can be cleaned properly and easily. Porous materials like wood cannot be properly cleaned because all disease could have penetrated the wood. In the nursery, it is important that footwear is clean because that is a source of carrying disease around the nursery and into the nursery from external sites. Some nurseries make their workers use specific work shoes that stay in the nursery and do not leave the nursery, so that the workers change their shoes on arrival at work. It is also good to have foot baths at the entrance to the nursery and maybe even at the entrance to specific houses. The foot baths need to contain a sterilant to kill disease organisms on the bottom of people's shoes. Vehicles and trolleys should be pressure cleaned, and it is often good to restrict the movement so that vehicles that come onto the site can only travel in certain places and not come onto the main nursery site. And trolleys should remain on the nursery site and not go to external sites so that they remain clean. And waste removal can be a real issue. So do not let waste pile up on the nursery, and have designated areas for waste to be placed before it is taken off site. It is important to sterilise all equipment before use in a chlorine solution. Equipment could include secateurs and grafting knives. Before dipping the equipment, make sure that all plant material, residue plant material, has been removed from the equipment. Then dip for a minimum of 10 seconds. Equipment should be dipped between trees or between batches of trees. And when using a chlorine solution, it should be changed every 4 hours, or when it's visibly dirty. You can see bits of plant material and dirt, soil in the solution. It is important to store potting media and growing media to prevent or exclude contamination and to prevent rain and runoff from flowing into the growing media. Different types of growing media should be stored separately. So you would store the coir in a separate location to the coarse washed river sand. Media should be treated by either steam pasteurisation or solarisation. Steam pasteurisation is a more expensive way of sterilising media. A simpler, low-budget way is solarisation, where the sun helps to kill weed seeds and disease organisms that may be in the growing media. But your growing media ingredients, the less biologically active the ingredient, the less of an issue this will be. So rather than using soil, use coarse washed river sand or coir where disease is less of an issue. The use of chemicals in a nursery. The chemicals that you would use in a nursery include pesticides, fungicides, herbicides, and cleaning agents like disinfectants. Chemicals, hazardous chemicals, should be stored in a locked, fireproof cabinet. Transport of chemicals. It is important to transport chemicals safely within a nursery and into a nursery. And it is important to have designated areas where chemicals are not only stored, where they are also mixed, and ensure that when chemicals are sprayed, that people working in the nursery are aware that that chemical has been sprayed and that they know how long to wait before they can deal with those sprayed plants. Disposal of chemicals is also important. There are special procedures for that.